There could be a silver lining to these mass deportations. Let me first say, God bless everyone who's been impacted by the recent deportation wave. I know that there's millions of people out there as heartbroken and angry as I have been about the arrests and inhumane treatment of some of the most honest, decent, and hardworking people in our country. Now, I'm not talking about the criminals. I'm talking about the workers, the contributors. Now, I've said many times, if you want to get rid of illegal immigration in this country, arrest the employers. Let ICE round them up. But we never see that, do we? And I'll tell you why. If you're familiar with the phrase punching down, that's what it is. The poorest among us have been and always will be the easiest targets. But here's the thing. Many of us either forget or we don't want to admit to ourselves that most of these undocumented people were enticed to come to this country, not by the prospect of freebies, but by people who were all too eager to hire them. These are employers with no qualms about paying people below minimum wage, who enjoy having a steady pool of workers who have no laws to protect them, who can't go to the labor board or receive workman's comp when they're injured on the job. And as much as we may not want to admit it, our country has prospered on the backs of undocumented workers for decades. So, the silver lining is that if this administration follows through with its plans to deport millions of undocumented people, the country is going to have to learn very quickly that it cannot survive without immigrant labor. It cannot survive without Latino immigrant labor. And that applies to practically every sector of the economy. And when that happens, the United States is going to have to find a way to get that labor back. There just aren't enough workers in this country to fill those jobs. And we all know that Americans don't want to do the work that many of these immigrants do every day. When those workers come back or are given legal status, American companies will have to pay them much higher wages and benefits. It's going to be a tough and expensive lesson. Thousands of businesses will go under, and Americans, all of us, will have to pay a little bit more for the things that we use every day. But in the end, I believe justice will prevail. Now, I'm not trying to make light of things. There are atrocities happening in this country right now that most of us just wish weren't happening. Grandmothers being arrested, construction workers at Home Depot being scooped up, kids being terrorized at their schools. But there may be light at the end of the tunnel. A future where Latinos and other immigrants will finally be treated with the dignity that they deserve. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.